Hello and thanks for staying with us. I am Senami Ohiomokhare. Welcome to yet another edition of KAAKAKI, the African Voice. We are reaching you live from the top of the hills, the Paduma Hills here in Abuja. Thank you for joining us again this morning. It's nice to have you. It's always good. I always feel so good knowing that you're there waking up with us to join us on this program, our program, KAAKAKI, the African Voice. Well, unfortunately, Adora cannot be here again this morning. She's a little under the weather and may not be able to join us, but you can be rest assured that as soon as she feels better, she will be back with us. So let's move on now. Now, this morning, I'd like to touch on something about justice. Now, of course, you know that the wheels of justice may turn slowly, but nevertheless, ultimately should be served at the end of the day. So you can imagine the mood among the Ijaws who once lived and perhaps still live in the town of Udi along the banks of River Non in Bayelsa State, South Nigeria, upon hearing the judgment of Justice Lambi Akombi at a federal high court in Port Harcourt on Tuesday. That's right. 14 years after the military invasion of Udi, compensation came in the sum of 37.618 billion naira through a judgment delivered following a suit by members of the community who demanded a compensation to the tune of 100 billion naira, a public apology from the federal government and the rebuilding of their community. Even though the trial judge admitted that no compensation was enough to repair the loss suffered by the people, the court arrived at the 37.618 billion naira compensation based on the estimates provided by professional valuers. Wow. Would you say justice at last? Agreed that no amount of money can sufficiently replace the over 1,000 lives lost and massive property destroyed. At least the victims can heave a sigh of relief because the case was not one that denied them justice. Of course, you know that the judiciary too has come under criticism recently, and this time at least it's a thumbs up for the judiciary. True enough, it is a victory for the judiciary and for the people as well. Just that one cannot tell whether the federal government will comply with the judgment within the stipulated 21 days as ordered by the High Court. Now, the question some of you might want to ask is, will the federal government appeal? Well, let me tell you this, they do have a right to do so, and the case can drag on to the Supreme Court if any of the parties feel dissatisfied with the outcome of the judgment. The appeal window islands last up to 3 months. But the High Court demands that the government complies within 21 days. So it means that the government does not have the latitude of time. That's true. The government does not have the latitude of time, does not even have up to 31 days to appeal. So the appeal has to be immediately, if not they get caught within the 21-day order. I just hope that this victory of the people of Udi will not be short-lived, since the High Court is just the court of first instance. There is the appeal court and then the Supreme Court to battle with, and going by the allegations of corruption in the judiciary, one wonders how long the smile on the faces of the people of Udi would last. I really hope it lasts for a very long time. Will they have the last laugh? That's another question. What implications does this judgment portend for other acts of human rights abuses in the country? We shall be looking at these and other issues thrown up by the judgment on the Udi massacre later on the discussion segment here from our Abuja studios. And over at the Lagos end, the discussion shall focus on life after service, X-raying the dilemma of pensioners from the allegations against Abdul Rashid Maina, the embattled chairman of Presidential Task Force team. The National Assembly observed that owing to Maina's corrupt handling of the pension funds, many civil servants who had served the country meritoriously are still owed their pension, a claim which members of the pension tax team describe as untrue. Well, Nkolia Moldu will later on the show engage her guest on these issues, while from our Port Harcourt Center, our interview will be on local refineries and subsidy reductions. Today's package also contains the regulars, which you know: KAAKAKI sports, health tips, stock market reports, arts, life and style, People's Parliament, newspaper headlines, newspaper reviews, and lots more, sir. It's a package you wouldn't want to miss, trust me. So let's get started. Stay tuned as we get started with the world news headlines.